Greetings to you this day. This is Michelle Strickland, and I'm coming to you today with my daily theology lesson. It's my daily meditation that I do for myself. I record it and I release it because maybe somebody else out there can get something out of it. It just so happens that I love God. Choose God this day. The bad guys, they sin. The good guys, we sin. We all sin. It's whom you serve. You don't have to be perfect. No one is. That doesn't mean that you don't have to deal with your consequences, good or bad. We all do. We never get away from that. But you might have issues that you deal with for the rest of your life. But if you come over to God's team, He'll help you get through it. Love yourself. Because if no one else loves you, if you love yourself, you'll be okay. And never give up on yourself. Never. If all you have is yourself, you have everything. If you lost everything you have, if you have yourself, you have everything. You can always rebuild. For those of you just tuning in, I focus out of three major religious texts, the Bible, the Quran, and I'm in an introductory Buddhist text called The Shape of Suffering, and it deals with dependent co-arising. Without no this, there's no that, and everything that we say and do has an effect on our senses, good or bad. I'll be coming out of the Bible for this rotation. It'll be chapter 7, and there's, I don't know how many verses I'll get through, but I'll tell you where I end. Matthew chapter 7, I'm starting at verse 1. Then came together unto him the Pharisees and certain of the scribes which came from Jerusalem. They're talking about Christ and his disciples, and some of the people that were following him as he went through the countrysides and over the sea over there. And when they saw some of his disciples eat bread with defiled, that is to say, with unwashed hands, they found fault. Let me read that again. And when they saw some of his disciples eat bread with defiled, that is to say, with unwashed hands, they found fault. For the Pharisees and all the Jews, except they wash their hands oft, eat not, holding the tradition of the elders. Now, we just read something about that in the Quran, about, how to keep your hygiene up in certain situations. Now, this is the Bible, the New Testament, okay? Everybody out there. And when they come from the market, except they wash, they eat not. And many other things there be which have received a hold, as the washing of cups and pots, brazen vessels, and of tables. We just discussed sanitation and hygiene in the Quran. And this is the Bible, everybody. Then the Pharisees and the scribes asked him, Why walk not thy disciples according to the tradition of the elders, but eat bread with unwashed hands? He answered and said unto them, Well hath Isaiah prophesies of the hypocrites, that as it is written, This people honoreth me with their lips, but their heart is far from me. Howbeit in vain do they worship me, teaching for doctrines the commandments of men. For laying aside the commandments of God, ye hold the traditions of men, as the washing of pots and cups, and many other such things, and many other such like things ye do. And he said unto them, Full well ye reject the commandment of God, that ye may keep your own tradition. For Moses said, Honor thy father and thy mother, and whoso curses father or mother, let him die the death. Now we're going there. That one couple of sentences was talking about the Old Testament. Moses from the Old Testament. I'm gonna stop in at verse 10. I'll pick it up tomorrow at verse 11.